2024 has been kind of a crazy year for Airsoft. There have been more and more Airsoft models coming out, more bang for your buck AEGs offering so much value, but just when you thought it was over, wait, there's more. What's going on, boomers and doomers? Queso here. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Zion Arms, for they have branched out even further once again into doing custom work. That's pretty interesting. We're going to be taking a look at some of the brand new AEGs to come out of Zion Arms. For those that don't know, Zion Arms is a relatively newer name in the Airsoft scene. They have a very interesting history. They came out strong with their original Nebula ETU, which finds its way in a variety of different Airsoft guns, but then they decided to go and start making their own models. You have bangers like the PW9 and R15 variants, but even with all those combined, there just wasn't a whole lot of variation. There wasn't a whole lot of variety of different models, but now we know why. These brand new models that they're offering, these brand new AEGs absolutely rip, and we're getting into why right now. From Zion Arms Customs, we're going to be taking a look at 3 of their brand new AEGs. The Zion Arms Customs BL1 DSG and the Zion Arms Customs BL2 SSG, which is available in 2 different lengths, the carbine version and the SBR length. Let's get on into this. First, we're going to be talking about the Zion Arms Customs BL1 DSG. And like the name suggests, this is going to be a DSG. This is going to be the craziest out of all the offerings from Zion Arms Customs right now. But let's get into the externals specifically. The receiver is back from the original Zion Arms models. That beautifully finished, nice billet receiver design makes a comeback, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Happy to have it back. But they've upped the ante by including a BCM Air M-Lock handguard on here, which actually fits the aesthetic of the billet receiver very nicely. Zion Arms has also advised us that the crown amplifier seen here will also be included with the BL1, really giving this bad boy a very mean sound, very aggressive sound profile, if you will. Delta stock makes a comeback as well, one of my personal favorite stocks. The Lance Tactical Gen 3 pistol grip makes its way onto here, which is basically everyone's favorite pistol grip design. And last but not least, they also, oddly enough, come included with the brand new Lancer Gen 4 iron sights, which is a welcome addition as well. If for whatever reason the externals don't excite you, okay, I guess, just wait till we go on about the internals of the BL1. Inside of its version 2 gearbox, you're going to be finding a set of 18:1 DSG gear set, followed with some 8mm ball bearings, some upgraded cylinder and cylinder head. Of course, you are getting the full metal rack piston steel, by the way, an upgraded piston head to go along with it, an M150 spring, as this is a DSG, CNC hopper chamber along with a tight bore inner barrel. A 35K brushless motor will find its way into the BL1 along with a Gate Titan 2 MOSFET. Now that is an absolute mouthful. Zion Arms, you did not need to go this hard. You absolutely cooked with this DSG. It is kind of funny to note, though, that there's really not much of the Zion Arms guts that are really left in this custom. But regardless, this thing is an absolute freaking monster, especially with regards to its trigger response. A lot of other guns out there, even some customs that exist out there, I'm able to outrun the trigger. This is not going to be the case, especially with its max tunable trigger. I find myself absolutely losing to this gun. This gun can absolutely outperform, and my trigger finger is just not fast enough really to be able to go ahead and keep up with this. In terms of its rate of fire, it's a DSG, so, you know, just because you can full auto somebody doesn't mean you should. Very unethical, but regardless, this thing is an absolute monster, especially if you bring this into a CQB environment. It's a DSG, it's gonna do what a DSG does. Shooting experience with the BL1 has been overwhelmingly positive. Like I mentioned earlier, I just do not have a fast enough trigger finger to keep up with this bad boy. It's so freaking light on the trigger, and the rate of fire is insane. It absolutely will slurp through the rounds inside of your magazine. This thing is a DSG, so it will be shooting a lot faster. You're gonna need some high quality magazines that are gonna feed well and hold enough to be able to keep up with the rate of fire on this. Thankfully, Zion Arms does include the PTS EPM magazine, because let's face it, they're probably one of, if not the best performing magazine you can get aftermarket. In regards to its range and accuracy, with the 603 Type 4 interbarrel and the CNC hop chamber, you're really able to fine tune and hold true your hop that you set for your BBs. It is incredibly accurate in CQB environments, as that is what it was purpose built for. However, I could totally see someone bringing this to an outdoor field and not really struggling at all and being able to keep up with everyone else around them. The next AEG we're going to be covering is going to be the brand new Zion Arms Custom BL2 SSG. Now externally, this is going to be nearly identical to the BL1 in almost every single way. You are getting the exact same aggressively designed, beautifully finished billet receiver on here. You are still going to be getting a BCM Air handguard on here as well. The same amplifier is going to find itself on here. Delta stock makes a return. The Gen 3 pistol grip is going to be here, along with the Gen 4 upgraded iron sights. However, the main difference, the biggest key difference between the BL1 and the BL2 is going to be the length of the barrel and handguard, as the BL2 was actually designed more along the lines for outdoor style play and for the outdoor scene. And just like the BL1, the BL2 here is going to be completely souped up from the ground up. You are going to be getting inside of its version 2 gearbox, a set of 18-to-1 gear set that is going to be short stroke, that is the SSG in the name, 8mm ball bearings, an upgraded cylinder and cylinder head, full metal rack steel piston as well, along with a piston head, M120 spring in here, a CNC hop chamber with a 603 Type 4 inner barrel, max adjustable trigger just like the BL1, a 45K brushless motor this time, and the Titan 2 MOSFET. Let's talk about the performance of the BL2. Now, if you couldn't tell from the sheer massive list of parts that was jam-packed into this bad boy, it performs fantastic, as expected. And just like with the BL1, my trigger finger just cannot keep up with this bad boy. It's just too much for me. I'm too slow at that point, right? Now, in regards to the full auto, the rate of fire on this bad boy, it is a guarantee to get you banned from pretty much every airsoft field that you bring this to, so don't do it, please. Don't full auto anybody, that's just not cool. Zion Arms, I don't know what you got cooking over there, man. I don't know what happened. Y'all are unhinged. This almost seems like it's too much for the average airsoft player. Let's go over my personal shooting experience with the BL2. It has been absolutely fantastic. It is an absolute dream shooting this bad boy. This easily outperforms any of the airsoft guns in my personal collection. So thanks, Zion Arms, for ruining airsoft for me. I can never go back now. This is something that I definitely want to add onto my wish list. Now, the rate of fire and the trigger response, like I mentioned earlier, is absolutely phenomenal, absolutely unethical sometimes, but the range and accuracy on the BL2 is actually going to be an improvement over the BL1, just mostly in part due to the longer inner barrel that you get on here. And again, this was designed specifically for outdoor gameplay in mind. One thing I absolutely love about the BL2's gearbox is just how absolutely instantaneous that trigger really feels. On traditional AEGs and even some customs that I've seen, you can still feel a little bit of the trigger delay every time you pull it, just because again, the air nozzle needs to move back and move forward again. But with the BL series, you don't really feel that, especially with the BL2. It feels almost instantaneous, getting rid of the delay almost entirely. Honestly, I would even say it even competes with HPA. But after getting some field time with this, I gotta ask, Zion Arms, are you sure this is not a DSG? Because this feels just like the DSG version. I mean, hey look, I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad at all. I'm just saying, it does kind of feel a little similar. If you're wondering about the price point of the brand new Zion Arms Custom BL1 and BL2 series AEGs, Zion Arms has not yet given us an official price list for either of these models. However, stay tuned to airsoftgi.com as they will be available very soon. Next on the list is going to be something a little familiar. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, okay, so that's just a regular MGC4 right there. That's just a regular MGC4 Mark II. Yes. But actually, no. See, here's what happened. When we got wind of Zion Arms extending their branch to make a custom shop lineup of AEGs, we basically went up to them and said, hey, what can you do with an MGC4? And just like they did with their BL1 and BL2 series, they gave the MGC4 Mark I and Mark II the Zion Arms custom treatment. We are dubbing these the SSG VR1 series, available in both the Mark I and Mark II Mayogang MGC4 configurations. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. It looks the same as a regular MGC4. That's by choice. Again, we wanted to leave it alone, keep it plain. We told Zion Arms, don't touch it. But let's get on into the internals, which is where all the magic happens. We are gonna be looking at a brand new piston head, full metal rack piston, which is steel, by the way, aluminum cylinder head, an upgraded nozzle, new bushings, a new short stroke gear set, as the name would suggest. You're looking at a 603 Type 4 inner barrel with a flat hop nub for extra range and accuracy. In addition to a brand new 40K motor, this bad boy is an absolute menace, an absolute grocery list of parts, making this any airsofter's dream come true. Now, some of you might be listening to this part list out there and might be thinking to yourself, where's the gate tighten? Why does this not have a gate tighten? Well, hear me out. It was intentionally kept that way for a reason. While we still wanted to have very similar, if not the same performance as the BL series, we still wanted to keep it at a more price conscientious price point just to make it a little bit more attainable for everyone else out there. But not to worry, the performance on the SSG VR1 MGC4 series is still nothing to laugh at. They are a monster to contend with. And just like with the BL series, Zion Arms is absolutely making me hate my stock MGC4. They make me hate my current Airsoft collection. What the hell, Zion Arms? You are absolutely ruining Airsoft for me entirely. I can't go back to my previous stuff because now I've been spoiled by this. What are you doing? I digress. Anyway, going back to the SSG VR1, it performs phenomenally, as you would expect with the grocery list of parts you have here. The trigger response is near instantaneous, doing away with the trigger delay almost entirely. The rate of fire is, just like with the BL series, an bannable offense, like absolutely atrocious. Don't full auto anybody, please. It's an overall dream to use and an absolute nightmare to contend with on the airsoft field. And even though it doesn't have all the same bells and whistles as the Zion Arms BL series, I'm having an honestly hard time discerning the performance between the two. They feel nearly identical. In regards to the SSG VR1's range and accuracy, it is incredibly accurate and consistent as well, largely in part due to the flat hop nub and Type 4 inner barrel that come pre-installed in this bad boy right out the gate. This is going to easily clear over 200 feet, no problem. Again, thanks to that flat hop nub, giving you some insane range and accuracy. And once again, ruining the stock MGC4 for me. Zion Arms, you're gonna ruin me. So after receiving the very first batch of the SSG VR1 AEGs, we had to ask Zion Arms who exactly is putting together all these crazy customs. And the only thing that they told us was that they had recently acquired a world-renowned airsoft tech, otherwise known as Dr. Gearbox. While he has wished to remain anonymous, Zion Arms did fill us in as far as his history goes. He apparently has over 20 years of experience working in the airsoft industry, working for a variety of different high-end custom shops, including one shop that's supposed to be a vague reference to Resident Evil. And even at one point, he apparently worked at Airsoft GI, so I could probably find his actual name and completely dox him right now if I wanted to. But he's also worked directly under airsoft manufacturers in Taiwan, helping to improve the quality of a lot of airsoft guns that we're receiving over here. So we are very happy to receive his contribution to the MGC4 ecosystem. I have no idea how Zion Arms was able to acquire him. I don't know what they offered him, but whatever the case, we are going to be seeing a lot more from Dr. Gearbox. Let's talk about the price now for these custom AEGs. At the time of this video, right now on AirsoftGI.com's website, you can get the SSG VR1 AEG series MGC4 Mark 1 and Mark 2 versions for $689.99. Make sure to take advantage though of the Wombo Combo for automatic free shipping and reward store credit back. But at the time of this video coming out, as of right now, both versions of the SSG VR1s are going to be discounted to $599. That is wild that is going to be incredibly attainable. I don't know how long this deal is going to be going on for. I don't know how we're making money off of this, but make sure to take advantage because like I said, it could be ending at any point. Getting into the price of the SSG ones even further, it is absolutely crazy that you can get a custom of this caliber for that cheap of a price. Now, I know me saying that sounds kind of crazy, especially if you guys are newer players, or maybe you're getting into your first airsoft gun, $599 is definitely, going to be on the pricier side of things. But let's gotta compare it to what else exists out there. A custom of this level normally would cost twice as much. There are customs out there that cost more than this and don't even have half the bells and whistles that this will come included with. Dare I say, this will outperform a lot of guns that cost twice as much as it would normally do to build something just equal to this. Thank you guys for checking out this episode, taking a look at all the brand new Zion Arms custom AEGs, and of course the future MGC4 SSG VR1 series that they helped us construct. Let us know what you guys think about these customs. Do you think custom guns in general are at all relevant in airsoft, considering a lot of airsoft manufacturers have really stepped up their game and are coming out with models that have a lot of the same features right out the box? But regardless, whatever your thoughts are, list them down, put them down in the comment section. Make sure you hit that bell icon and that you're subscribed so you're notified every time we drop new content. If you want to directly support the channel, make sure that you get all your airsoft goodies from airsoftgi.com directly. Remember, any orders $179 or more automatically qualify for free shipping. My name's been Isaias. Catch you guys on the next one.